Hello everyone. Today I will show my project, the project of a pour bank printed on a 3D printer. Enjoy watching. Let's start with the idea itself. It means that we have such a converter for the pours of a bank with fast charging. And these are the batteries 17350 by 850 mAh. 12 pieces. I put them in the case. I hang additional things and it turns out a homemade pour bank project. In a case printed on a 3D printer. This case here, it turned out to be, in my opinion, the fourth attempt. It is printed with a cast part, that is, 100% filling. Plastic is certainly not much spent here, so I think it is quite justified. To do this, 2 more models like this were printed. They are unsuccessful. The first one has 2 thin racks for screws, extra fasteners and holes do not match. In the second, the racks are already thicker. There is an inscription like this here, which I refused in the latest model at all. She's not really needed here. Well, I missed again with holes for ports. Here are 2 more things for testing the distance between ports. I took an example from this case when modeling. Regarding this drawing on paper, there may be something here that does not match in size, because I have redone it. Here I am 100% sure of the sizes that are indicated. We have the dimensions and distances on this board here. Everything is indicated here, where what. If you put it like this, not like this, then everything will match here. The size of a single cell is 17350, 17 by 35, that's it. There is no lid yet, so I won't show it. I can show you such a badly failed option. He just turned out terrible in general. Whatever. Let's first assemble the lower part, and then I'll go for the lid on Monday. By the way, there is also a model that is printed on a 3D printer. This model is made in the online editor Tinkercad. Not the most convenient editor, but what there is. In principle, such a model is much easier to make on it than in any other. It was made in a couple of days, but in fact there is nothing complicated here. Here I made such a small scheme. Here we have a transistor installed instead of a button and controlled by such a sensor module. That's how it's connected. The transistor is controlled by the I/O output via a resistor on the table. The VCC is connected to us, which is here at 42 volts directly to the B+, and the SV goes to our switch. The second SV is on the minus and the transistor emitter is also connected there. How it works to demonstrate a little later. Let's install it in the case. So, I picked up the power bank behind the scenes. That's how the whole thing looks like. I didn't collect it on video because everything is very tight here and I had to make sure that nothing closed anywhere. That's how I put it together. There is one wire from each battery assembly. It connects here to B+ and B-, that is, to the battery pins in this way. And as you can see, the touch control works. Sometimes it works on the table, but it's okay. Anyway, the bank always lies with this side up. There is no lid yet, we will wait for the lid. By the way, you can turn on the flashlight with a long squeeze. That's it. Therefore, now we will add a lid and the PureWang will be ready. A second has passed for you, a couple of days have passed for me. So, today is Tuesday and I finally have the lid of the additional bank. Printed on a 3D printer with 100% filling with transparent plastic. There is a hole for screws. It looks like the glass in the toilet in Khrushchev, so translucent. Let's try it on, let's see how it will look. This is the appearance of power bank now. Batteries are visible. Through the lid. The only thing on the touch button is this indicator. I want to move it a little bit so that it beautifully illuminates this inner part. Therefore, now behind the scenes I will think about how to do it and show what I eventually came to. Behind the scenes, I slightly changed the location of the batteries and the sensor module. Now the LED itself is in the center. In principle it will do. I have prepared 4 screws like these, and we will tighten them here. And that's basically the end of it. So, the Polygon is ready. That's how it looks from the front and back. It's transparent from behind, you can see what kind of batteries are there. Well, there are almost no cracks of any kind. The connectors are also pretty flat inside. The only thing I wanted to put a touch button under the display. Because of this, I bent it and it pressed in a little bit. Because of this there is an unpleasant gap. But in principle, I somehow don't care about it. And let's show that it works. I take the phone, connect it, and as you can see, the phone is charging. Flickering on camera. There is no such thing in life. We see 2 and 4 amps, writes, but this is the usual mode. There is also a quick charge here to the yuts, but by the way, it is not clear that the flashlight turned on. Maybe I just tested it, everything was fine. I guess I was just holding it and it turned on. On the video there, reconsider. By the way, about the flashlight. So, it's the backlight that prevents the phone from focusing. He doesn't want to at all because of the backlight. That's why I do it like this. And look, there's a touch button here. You press, you can find out the charge. You pinch it and the flashlight turns on. The flashlight can illuminate something, not so much straight, but it glows. And the same thing can be turned off. Here I turn it on, off. And that's it. That's such a funny project turned out. It will replace my old power bank. The capacity turned out to be about 10,000 milliamps an hour, which is quite enough, despite the fact that I wear it to school to charge my phone and the phones of classmates. That's the kind of thing that turned out. Bye, everyone.